Hey, I'm Jim Search, and welcome to Understanding Upstate, the podcast dedicated to exploring what makes upstate New York such a unique place. Each week, my co-host, Rob Adler, and I dive into a new upstate topic to better understand what's up upstate. And this week, we are taking a sip of the Kool-Aid and looking at the utopian societies of upstate New York.
Woo! I'm sorry. I meant to say, booyah! It's been a few episodes since I got one of those in.
Oh my gosh, bringing it back to NBA Jam days, I see.
I'm bringing it back to the Michigan Red Hot days, if you recall the Booyah Bakery.
Yeah.
Preempted NBA Jam, but I think NBA Jam might be the spiritual successor to the Booyah Bakery.
Sure.
Not mistaken.
Well, I mean, we cleared it up for the Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's out there, and I'm very pumped to get into the utopian societies that surprisingly jumped off in upstate New York. I had no idea there were this many, and of such a variety.
I don't think we're not even talking about all of them today either.
No, exactly.
There's a lot.
There might be some there right now. There's new ones happening right now. We're not there.
That's true.
Who knows? You know what I do know, Rob? Tell you what I do know is that I know that it is very important for our Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's out there to subscribe, rate, and review our show. And, of course, share it with a friend. Don't give it to an enemy. They don't deserve it. Put a 5-star review in Apple Podcasts. Let us know your favorite upstate location or cult or utopian society, and we just may shout them out on another episode. Who knows? I don't know. It could go crazy. We don't know that. I don't know. As far as a upstate update, I don't know if I have anything hot off the wire for.
No, but I do think we need to check in soon on the Rod Serling Festival. Which I believe will be unveiling their statue like any day now, if they haven't already. I think the Rod Serling Fest is sometime in August. So no update this week, but next week we're gonna have some. I hope some more Binghamton news for you.
Upstate updates.
I think our upstate updates are just Binghamton updates, which I'm okay with.
I mean, I don't know. I guess if we wanted to, oh shit, yeah, this is kind of an upstate update. And it's also a plug.
Wait, we didn't do the song. There we go. Now we can do it.
Now we can say it. This Friday, or I'm sorry, not this Friday. This Tuesday, which is the 27th of August, we have Trivmatic happening over at Beer Wax, right? Which is a great hip hop trivia night hosted by your good friend you're listening to right now. And this month, it is an upstate takeover. What? Because we got DJ Sam Sellers, who's going to be there spinning on the ones and twos, and he's from Buffalo.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the 716 and the 607 are coming through. So that is that's huge. It's going to be a really dope time. So we've got a whole lot of upstate energy coming through Beer Wax on the 27th. It's some really fun hip-hop trivia. Sam's going to be on the ones and twos at 7, and then trivia starts at 8. So get over there and enjoy what upstate New York has to offer.
Look, if you're worried about losing, don't worry, because I'll be there to do that.
I'll be there to do that for you. You will place higher than last. So
that's a guarantee.
We'll put a stamp on that one for you. That's for sure. Well, Rob, what say we get into the utopian societies that have popped up in upstate New York.
That sounds great.
I love it. Let's get right to it then. We're going to talk about the utopian societies that existed, and maybe exist, who knows, in upstate New York. It's important to talk about the burned over district, okay? And the term burned over district refers to the western and parts of the central regions of New York State in the early 19th century, okay? This is where religious revivals and the formation of new religious movements of the Second Great Awakening, which was a Protestant religious revival during the late to early 19th century and spread religion through revivals and emotional preaching, and it sparked a number of reform movements, took place to such a great extent that the spiritual fervor seemed to set the area on fire.
Wild.
That is... Yeah, and if you know anything about upstate New York, to the average person, it's like, I cannot believe there was so much of this happening in what we now know as upstate New York. And there's a lot. Like, there's a lot of shit happening up there, which I think is pretty fucking incredible. So, in references where the religious revival is related to reform movements of the period, such as abolition, women's rights, utopian social experiments, which we're going to talk a lot about later, anti-Masonry, Mormonism, which prohibition.
Come on, it's one of Upstate's finest exports.
Oh man! If you type in Mormonism and racism, boy, the cross section is heavy. Vegetarianism and Seventh-day Adventism. The burned over region expands to include other areas of upstate New York that were important to these movements. Now, a lovely lady named Linda K. Pritchard used statistical data to show, and this is great, that compared to the rest of New York State, to the Ohio River Valley in the lower Midwest, and to the United States as a whole, the religiosity, which is a fun word to throw out, of the burned over district was typical rather than exceptional. More recent works have argued that these revivals in Western New York had a unique and lasting impact on the religious and social life of the entire nation, which, say what you will about some of the mentioned religions here, but they are in fact worldwide.
Yeah.
Like and they were in fact born in good old upstate New York. So, religion, as we were just talking about. Western New York, okay, birthplace of Wegmans. Some have considered that a religion in and of itself. That's a separate conversation. Western New York was still an American frontier during the early Erie Canal boom. That's for you. Yeah,
hey,
I knew I'd get.
We're back, baby.
I knew I'd pull you in with that one there, Rob. And professional and established clergy were scarce, so many of the self-taught people were susceptible to the enthusiasm of the folk religion. So if you could just yell loud enough and could string some words together, people were like, hell yeah. I like it. Get me into whatever this is.
This sounds fun.
Yep. Hey, look, you seem real excited about this. Me too. So, evangelists won many converts to Protestant sects, including Congregationalists, Baptists, and Methodists. Nothing wrong there. Converts in nonconformist sects became part of the numerous new religious movements, all of which were founded by lay people during the early 19th century. And
this is all impressive considering they don't have Facebook to manipulate people.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
This is just good old fashioned manipulation.
you just handed out enough flyers, and people were just like, "Hey, did you read this? That water's wet because the devil's a lie?" And you're like, "What? Tell me more." So here are some of the some of the fun and flirty religions that came out of upstate New York. Here we got the Latter-day Saint movement, whose largest branch is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which we talked about last week, originated in 1828. Joseph Smith Jr. lived in the area and said he was led by the angel Moroni to his source for the Book of Mormon, the Golden Plates, near Palmyra, New York. Now, let me tell you something, all right? I have been through a whole lot of upstate New York, right? And I'm no theologian, but I don't know if there's God. God's not hitting us flashpoint in upstate New York. If you've ever,
you don't think Jesus walked through Binghamton, through the confluence of the Shenango and the Susquehanna rivers? Come on, he walked right across that sucker.
Do I think that there have been people named Jesus who have been through there? Yes, I can say that for a fact. However, Jesus Christ, I don't know. So that's the first. The Miller.
You don't know, so you're not saying no. You're not saying no.
I'm saying it in the most polite way possible.
Sure.
The Millerites, not to be confused with Miller Time, originated circa 1834. William Miller was a farmer who lived in Lowhampton, New York, not to be confused with Bridgehampton. He preached that the literal second coming would occur on August 22nd, 1844. Oof. So... you had 10 years, right? My man was just like, yo, look, y'all, we got 10 years to get our shit together because October 22nd, 1844, it's gonna hit the fan. So Millerism became extremely popular in Western New York State. I'm not shocked. Some of its concepts are still held by church organizations affiliated with Adventism, such as the Seventh-day Adventists. But wait. There's more. The Shakers were very active in the area, establishing their communal farm in central New York in 1826 and a major revival in 1837. The first Shaker settlement in America, also a communal farm, was established in 1776 just north of Albany in an area first known as Niskaywana, then Waterville, now the town of Colony. A lot of transitions there. Shaker leader Mother Ann Lee is buried in the Shaker Cemetery located in the Waterlivet Shaker Historic District.
Yeah, they got a famous melody.
Yes. Yes.
They got one hit wonders.
That's all you need, actually.
It's true. I mean, I could sing it right now. I won't, but I could.
I won't. But trust me, if we get down to it, I'll do it. So we have the Oneida Society, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, was a large utopian group that established a successful community in central New York, founded in 1848. It disbanded in 1881. So 40 years, they said, you know what? Tired of utopia. Let's go back to bullshit.
That's actually a pretty good run for one of these. They were all pretty short-lived.
Yeah, I was going to say, I felt like for the most part, they were looking at like 10, 15 years on average. So 40 is strong.
Yeah.
It was known for its unique interpretation of group marriage, which mates were paired by committee. The children of the community were raised in common.
I mean, people are paired by algorithm this day, so it's not that weird.
Yeah, I mean, if you just kind of repurpose and rebrand it, it's not anything we haven't seen before. Now, the social gospel was founded by Washington Gladden while he was living in nearby Owego, not too far from Binghamton,
All right.
during his childhood and teens, circa 1832 to 1858. Gladden
he founded it in his childhood?
No, I think, yeah.
It was founded by someone in their childhood to teens. Oh no.
And well, it's like the child prophet, like the golden child.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Let's get right to it then. Gladden was succeeded by Walter Rauschenbusch of Rochester, New York. Now, the Ebenezer Colony, calling themselves the True Inspiration Congregations, which is great, has a great roll of the tongue. There's a German term that I'm not gonna do that to our Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's. First settled in New York near Buffalo in what is now the town of West Seneca. Seeking more isolated surroundings, they moved to Iowa.
That was the right choice if that's what they wanted.
Yeah. If you want isolation, you got it. In 1856, becoming the Amana Colony. So you got just a lot of people in upstate New York in this time where we're just like, you know what? We gotta shake this up, man. We about to do our own thing. That's
not just the Shakers. There's a lot of other people shaking it up.
Yeah, a whole lot of shaking happening in this time. So that is what I have so far for our religion. But Rob, tell us more about what's going on up there.
All right. So we're going to talk now about kind of a particular brand of utopian society that was popular. It was popular in the United States, but it was particularly popular in upstate/Western New York. And Jim, I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. Do you remember how to pronounce it?
I do. It's the Fouriest.
Right. The Fouriest utopianism, and a lot of what I found, there's a lot of great detail available at freethought-trail.org, which is basically, it's like a website that focuses on a lot of the utopian societies, particularly in upstate New York. I think they only deal in upstate New York, or just New York in general. But a lot of these burned over district societies, so utopian, abolitionist, free thought was a big part of a lot of these societies. So they're just kind of, it's a really great website documenting a lot of these different movements that kind of are under the umbrella of the burned over district. So let's get into it.
Right.
So this is, again, the Fourierist utopianism, and just kind of defining it. So this is from freethought-trail.org. One of the oddest phenomena ever to sweep America was Fourierist utopianism. In the wake of the social shocks, including the large-scale movement of rural populations to industrial cities and the financial panic of 1837, reformers across the United States were smitten by the peculiar theories of French thinker François-Marie Charles Fourier. In 1821, he published a really influential book called The Treatise on Domestic and Agricultural Association. In it, he advocated for communities organized in phalanxes, freed from private ownership in order to provide economic comfort, social justice, and individual fulfillment while resolving the differences among capital, management, and labor.
So gangs.
Well, or socialism, basically. Man, I can't say that word today. Phalanx was the English term for a Fourierist community, transliterated from the French phalansterie, a coinage by Fourier that combined the French words phalange,
sure,
like a finger or a finger lake, if you will, and Montestere, which is monastery, right? He had a theory of attractive labor that held.
What does that?
I'm about to tell you. I'm not sold on it. I'll tell you that much. But the idea was that all work, whether craft work, industrial labor, or farm work, could be achieved free of the evils of capital and private property when individuals come together, each following his or her natural proclivities.
Oh, yeah. This is some real socialism.
Yeah. And none of this was based on experiment, nor on any concrete life experience. It simply sprang from his brain. As did his conviction that phalanx life should include free love, which nonetheless led him to an early defense of women's rights. Okay. And Fourier also proposed a complex mythical cosmology, jarringly predicating that when the perfect society was achieved, the seas would literally lose their salt and turn to lemonade.
Yo, man. This guy's on one.
Look, I had to get through a lot of words to get to turn the oceans into lemonade.
That's an oddly specific drink to have that turn into.
Well, I think we're dealing with a lot of teetotalers too in this era. So prohibition is, I guess, a ways away, but you have people who are already, anti-alcohol at this point. So you have broad appeal. Lemonade. Who doesn't like lemonade?
I would say diabetics. Well, they may still like it. Actually, they may like it a lot. I walk that back. They do like it. Perhaps.
Proof is in the pudding, as they say. So his thinking struck a surprising chord among social radicals, and according to historian Arthur Eugene Bestor Jr., Fourierism established itself as one of the leading theories of social reform in the United States.
Wow.
The 1840s saw no fewer than 300 attempts to build Fourierist intentional communities across the United States. Intentional in the sense that members entered into relation with these communities by deliberate choice. This contrasts sharply with someone's relation to, say, one's family or native religion, which is unintentional. So, being raised in a Catholic family, that's not intentional. That's unintentional, something determined by birth, essentially. Few purported Fourierist communities followed his principles closely. Even fewer interpreted them in the same way. But most involved some degree of communalism, whether in the form of shared labor or something more radical, such as sexual access to one another's spouses. Most survived for a maximum of 3 years.
Yeah. I can't imagine that's going to be taken lightly for so long.
So, again, there was actually a few of these throughout upstate New York, and we're going to talk mostly about one that was called the Skinny Atlas community. So in the Finger Lakes, which is where we were mostly centered last week. But so again, kind of beginning in 1837, a lot of these groups started to spring up again out of specifically these utopian societies because of the Panic of 1837, which was it was like a depression that started, an economic depression that started then and lasted sometime into the 1840s. People were like, this economic system doesn't work. We're fucked. We got to do something else. Let's sleep with each other's spouses.
That's a way to solve it.
Yeah, that'll solve all your money issues. So these particular societies kind of, along with everything else that's going on in the region, this was a large contributing factor to these Fourierist societies. So the Skinny Atlas community, it was a utopian social experiment established in 1843 by the Society for Universal Inquiry and Reform at a 350-acre farm near Mottville in Skinny Atlas, based again on these Fourierist principles. It was one of several communities established by the society prior to the Civil War, and it eventually got the name, which we'll get to be known as the No God region or community.
Godless heathens.
Yes. So it was founded and led by a man named John Anderson Collins. Don't know when he was born. Don't know when he died. Of roughly the 300 the 300 communities that sprang up across America, the 1840s, kind of around this Fourierist thinking. It was the only one founded on secularist principles and with a population made up largely of free thinkers. The communal experiment, again, just lasted 3 years, about the norm for these communities. Collins is a minister.
I feel like in these situations, do they not see the trend of just like, this isn't...
I mean, I think they thought they were getting in on the ground floor, you know?
Sure.
God, yeah. I mean, if you're joining one of these in year 3, you have no excuse.
Right,
the
right.
writing has got to be on the wall for sure. So this founder Collins, he was a minister turned abolitionist turned socialist reform advocate, and he appeared in West Central New York State in the spring of 1843. He convened meetings in Syracuse and Skinny Atlas with the aim of establishing one of these utopian communities. And Fourierism advocated for communities organized, again, to these phalanxes, freed from private ownership in order to provide economic comfort, social justice, and individual fulfillment.
I'm into it. I like where we're going with this.
Generally good ideals, but perhaps too broad, right? We need to maybe refine it a little bit. But nonetheless, this society was founded in May of 1843 as a joint stock association. Among locals who embraced the project was the abolitionist physician and reformer Hezekiah Joslin of Cicero, who joined a small committee to vet applicants seeking to join the committee. Interesting. They're not just letting anyone in.
That's smart, because if you show up and you're just like, I want to shave my head and glue my hair onto people, they'd be like, all right, man, you gotta take that shit down the street. We're not into that here, bro.
No, we're not about that. So in 1843 or August of 1843, Collins paid $15,000, a sum which he had raised from others, to purchase a 300-acre farm with buildings in the hamlet of Mottville, which $15,000, that's a chunk of change for 1843.
I was going to say, for 1843, that's some bread, man.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of bread, this property included a stone house, a barn, and a mill. There you go. So they can make their own bread, among other buildings. So like a full, they're going for full-blown self-sustaining community here. It was formally launched on October 15th with a convention held in the property's barn. Speakers included Collins and atheist firebrand Ernestine L. Rose. Attendees included Hezekiah Joslin and his wife Helen and their teenage daughter Matilda, who would later gain fame as a woman suffrage activist, Matilda Joslin Gage.
So if you want to know what $15,000 is worth from 1843 to today, that's $637,000.
Okay, I don't know if you could buy a whole like a whole working farm for $600,000. That's pretty good. They got a deal.
Yeah,
they got a barn,
I feel like
mill, a house.
They came up.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So again, this among the attendees was someone who would go on to be an activist in the women's suffrage movement. So then later, on November 19th, 1843, again, this is still like year one. We're still year one.
Right.
Collins published a set of articles of disbelief, formally committing the community to a radical program of atheism, free love, rejection of government authority, the renunciation of private property, vegetarianism, and more. Hezekiah Joslin was radical, but not this radical.
He's like, listen, you can fuck my wife, but I'm gonna have a steak.
He was not drawn to atheism, free love, or the end of private property. What was he into then? What was just vegetarianism?
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he did wanna. He wasn't into steak after all. Here I am, full of shit.
Outraged that such commitments might be required of members, he withdrew and took his family with him. 4 other pioneer community members withdrew also. Again, this is like we're not even all the way into the year.
Yeah,
like
this
6
doesn't
months
bode
in.
well. This is not boding well.
Collins backtracked and issued a more moderate statement that said, in part, "We repudiate all creeds, sects, and parties. We estimate a man by his acts rather than by his particular belief." The Joslins and others who had withdrawn did not return, and still more departed over Collins' still radical program.
Oh man, he was just getting too freaky for him. That's what that was.
Yeah. He came out swinging. He came out
you can't feed a baby a steak. You gotta.
No. So the formal community operations began in January of 1844 with grounds and buildings in fine order, but only 90 residents, well below the 150 they originally projected. Despite the shortfall, the members engaged in agriculture, blacksmithing, shoemaking, and carpentry. The group even published its own newspaper. Laborers arranged cooperatively.
Oh, I was going to say, man, I feel like if you have 90 people, do you need a newspaper?
No.
You could just tell them what you wanted to say.
Maybe a monthly pamphlet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I feel like, I can 90...
A newsletter, but a newspaper? I don't think so.
That's a lot.
That's no good. Nonetheless, the community quickly found itself hopelessly undercapitalized, forced to rely on future revenues to meet current needs. That sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Hey, sis, have a great opportunity for you.
Yeah. Collins had set up the idiosyncratic social and economic structures that were neither authentically Fourierist nor particularly coherent. This website is fucking roasting this guy.
Yeah, man. This sounds like someone who might have been president from 2016 to 2020. But go on.
Scholar Carl J. Guarneri called them anarchistic and fatally centrifugal, setting members adrift to pursue their own brand of purity and disruptive fads and manias. Holy shit. In addition, there was dissension among community members, some of it between vegetarians and meat eaters, classic, and some over the distribution of dwindling resources. Before long, the community was slowly collapsing in the face of want. Wow. Still, when famed reformer Robert Dale Owen paid a 4-day visit to the community in May 1845, members put up a brave front. Owen went away impressed with what he had seen.
Interesting.
So on May 21st, I believe this is probably of 1845, Collins published an article in the community's newspaper essentially conceding that the experiment was failing. You don't want to read that in your commune newspaper.
Nah, that don't feel good.
No. It's like opening up your Reddit page and be like, this has all been a waste of time. Anyway, so he basically said the community's principles might do very well if men were angels and angels gods, but human nature is too low, too selfish, and too ignorant for relations so exalted. He's like, if you guys weren't pieces of shit, this would work.
That's wild.
What a classy way to call everyone pieces of shit.
Right. Maybe if you had morals, this would be a better fit, but
sure.
But here we are.
Mm-hmm. By August 1845, only 26 men, women, and children remained on the property. In February 1846, the community applied to New York State seeking to incorporate as a municipality, which is basically a desperate move by Collins, who hoped it might make it viable again, which the legislature, of course, refused. Which, at that point, the Utopian commune began to disintegrate in earnest.
In earnest.
Indeed. A Skinny Atlas newspaper, unfriendly toward the community, editorialized in April 1846 that, and I quote, "the bonds of infidelity are not suited to hold men together in social harmony." Man, people used to know how to really cut each other with words.
Yeah.
It's impressive. In 1846, Collins called a meeting, declared the community a failure, and resigned as its leader, and promptly vanished.
It just disappeared into thin air.
Oh, I'll have some updates on.
Okay.
As well.
Okay. Good.
Don't worry. 1 year later, 2 lecturers from Brook Farm, a Massachusetts Fourierist commune that was among the nation's most successful. It lasted 6 years before closing.
Yeah, they're just throwing these fuckers under the bus, man.
Again, this is like a website dedicated to this kind of thing, and I love that it's just it's ripping them. It's great. Let's see. They visited the area to find mines that were closed to them in the wake of the fiasco at Skinny Atlas. And they wrote that Collins's no God, no government, no marriage, no money, no meat, no salt, no pepper system of community, which left vocals thinking that Collins was a Fureyite, just like ourselves, has closed the ears of the people in this neighborhood against our words. Calling them a fury. Yeah, the burn being a Fureyite as an Fury. This is as opposed to a Fourierite. No salt and no pepper. Brutal.
Oof. He's just like, let's just like eat bread and then just like fuck each other's wives. Like that's the best I got for you guys. Oh, and there's no money either, so we're all broke.
Let's see. In 1850, from an unknown location, Collins completed the sale of the original farm property to Samuel Sellers.
What?
Sam Sellers.
Well,
also the DJ.
Who knew that Sam? He's a busy guy.
Wow. I did not expect this through line.
Who knew? What a great callback. Great fucking callback.
Fantastic. Thereafter, the property passed through various hands. In 1979, under the name Community Place, it was entered on the National Register of Historic Places. All right. And it operates as the Frog Pond Bed and Breakfast today. The main stone house and some outbuildings from the community period still remain. I'm just going to throw in some quick updates on our buddy Collins. So, again, he sometime in 1850, he sells the property to Samuel Sellers, not the DJ.
No, not the DJ, guys.
In 1853, John Collins runs as an independent for governor of California. He is unsuccessful.
He just popped up in California.
Yeah. No,
That's
there's
incredible.
2 more. It gets better. Then in 1865, so over a decade later, a Syracuse man spots him while visiting California. He's working as a land promoter. And then 20 years later, in December of 1885, John Collins appears in New York City where he lectures on geology, a field in which Collins was not previously known to be expert.
Yeah, he ain't gonna let nothing stop him.
No.
Not at all.
Not salt, not pepper, not meat, nothing.
Nope. He's ready to go. I love it.
All right. Well, that's the tale of the Skinny Atlas community.
Love it.
And just one of the more, again, I say more prominent Fourierist communities, though they're, not too many were prominent as it turns out.
No. Which, you know what? Who'd have thought that when you try and do a massive overhaul and be like, all right, no money, we fuck each other's significant others, and no salt. Let's go. People would be like, wait, I have a question. Someone's like, put it in the newspaper. And you're like, all right.
We have a column for that.
Yeah, we have a column for grievances, so you can file it there if you want. Well, listen.
I think you've got some more social and political reformists to tell us about.
So when there wasn't these dumpster fires appearing in upstate New York in so many ways, there were efforts pushed forward for social and political reform. All right. Mm-hmm. So in addition to, like I was saying, that religious activity, the region known as the Burnover District was noted for social radicalism. The Oneida Institute, 1827 and 1843, was the center for abolitionism and the first college in the country to admit black students on the same terms as white students. This was it. The first integrated school. The short-lived New York Central College was the first college to accept black students and women from its beginning and was also the first college in the country to employ African-American professors. Alfred University, which still stands to this day, is the oldest surviving college in the United States to admit women to all programs of study rather than having female-specific programs. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Into it. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, the early American feminist, was a resident of Seneca Falls in central New York in the mid-1800s. She and others in the community organized the Seneca Falls Convention, devoted to women's suffrage and rights in 1848. The larger region was the main source of converts for the Fourierist Utopian Socialist movement, which we talked about, starting in 1816, and as we had mentioned, the Skinny Atlas community in central New York. 1843 was such experiment. The Oneida Society was considered a utopian group. Related to radical reform, upstate New York provided many Hunter Patriots, a secret society consisting of Canadian refugees, some of whom volunteered to invade Canada during the Patriot War of 1837 to December 1838.
I read a little bit about this, and I'm putting it on our list for future episodes.
Yeah.
It's pretty wonky.
I saw a little bit about it too, and it definitely was like, wait a minute. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know such a thing existed. It sounds pretty nutso. Now, we have talked a lot about utopian societies in upstate New York. Mm-hmm. Well, folks, I'm here to give you the top 5 reasons why Binghamton, New York is in fact a utopian society. All right. Now, these are in no particular order, and they are directly from the mind of James Search. Okay. And they go as such. Here are the top 5 reasons why Binghamton, New York is a utopian society. No particular order. 1, Speedies. 2, if you walk down the street and drink a red Solo cup of whiskey undisturbed, if you want to do that, you can. No one's going to stop you. I've done it. I did it. I walked down Main Street, started in Main Street, Johnson City with a red Solo cup of whiskey. I walked all the way to the Holiday Inn in downtown Binghamton, red Solo cup, drank it all. No one fucked with me. Three. If no one is around, whatever you're doing is kind of legal. If nobody's really watching what's happening, it's fine, right? Sure. Everywhere you want to go is 5 minutes away. Great. Perfect. And finally, no one is racist because everyone's best friend is black. And that, my friends, is the top 5 reasons why Binghamton, New York is a utopian society.
Standing ovation. Standing ovation.
Yeah, on your feet, speedy freaks and rattlesnake Pete's. That is why you should be moving in droves. I don't know how long that utopian society will last, but maybe a little bit.
It's the crown jewel of the Triple Cities, as far as I'm concerned, and
that's right,
as far as I believe our friend Arch Merrill is concerned. And yeah, there's no other utopian society I'd rather be in.
Our good friend of the show.
Good friend of the show, Arch Merrill. Again, if you don't have any idea of any of the things we've referenced today, because I feel like we're digging our heels more and more into, a certain vernacular, an upstate vernacular, if you will.
Sure.
And you just got to get into that back catalog. There's almost there's over 40 episodes. You gotta get up on these Rattlesnake Pete's, the Booyah Bakeries, all of it. Yep. But most importantly, you need to get up on Binghamton.
That is 100% correct. Now, party people, we've done it. We've talked everything about the utopian societies in upstate New York, rather.
It's true, and again, not an exhaustive list. We may have to come back to this topic one day, but as you said, this topic is done for this episode. What topic will we be talking about on our next episode? Well,
listen, I don't want you to get too boiled over for what's going to happen. All right, that's the best I got for you.
I like it, and I'm excited for next week's episode. It'll be a good one. Speaking of good ones, I think you've got a good album to plug for our Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's.
Woo, Jim,
Can
doggy!
you tell me a little bit about it?
You goddamn right. Like, let's say you live in a perfect world, right? Mm-hmm. And there's no money. You're banging whoever you want. No salt, no pepper.
As long as it's your friend's spouse.
Yeah,
it has to be.
Yeah, it's got to be your friend's wife, your friend's husband. Who cares? It's a hedonist society, and everything's there. Well, you know what would make that complete? A copy of my album, Upstate Understandings. It is available at jimsearch.bandcamp.com. You can purchase some physical copies. There's vinyl, CD, cassette. We got some great merch over there, too. You want to go get it. It's available also on all digital streaming platforms. But if you go to jimsearch.bandcamp.com, you can own a copy of it forever. Also, my friends, jimsearchcomedy.com is a good place to go to if you're looking for my show dates and all that jazz. As I have said many, many times before, I'll say it again. The weekend of September 20th, September 20th to the 22nd is the Crooked Mouth Comedy Festival. It is the very first comedy festival over there in Endicott. I'm going to be headlining on the 21st, so that show's at 9:15. So go pull up for that. Show out. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to tell some jokes. You can get drunk. It's going to be a delicious adventure. All social media, I'm at Jim Search because branding is important. Rob, they bought tickets to the Crooked Mouth Comedy Fest. They bought a copy of my album. Is there anything else they could possibly do?
There is. There is. Let me just paint a picture for you. Let's say that you wake up one day and you realize, oh my God, I'm part of a utopian society. I have no religion. There's no government. No one can marry anyone. There's no money. I can't eat meat. I can't even have salt. I can't have pepper. And I can only sleep with my friends' spouses. But no one ever said you couldn't listen to music, baby. So what you're going to do is go to brooklynfrequency.bandcamp.com and grab my album, New York Sticky. And it's a great instrumental album. And it, there's a lot of things you can't do, but you can enjoy that album as a member of any utopian society. And that's a guarantee. So go pick that up. Also check out our documentary. There's a link in the description of this episode. It's behind the scenes look at the making of Jim's album. It's a great watch. Again, it's up for free. Go check that out. Links are in the description for everything we've plugged today. So just pop on down there. While you're doing that, also subscribe, rate, and review the show. Again, it really helps us out if you share an episode with a friend. Look, maybe you want to start your own utopian society. I feel like sharing a podcast might help you find like-minded individuals. So,
yeah,
this is like a little trial balloon to start to find other people who don't want to eat salt and pepper.
Right.
So do that. Throw us a 5-star rating and throw us a positive review. Write some kind words about the show to, kind of clue in other would-be Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's just what they might be getting into, and throw in a recommendation for something that you want us to cover on a future episode. Jim.
Yes.
I've got a closing transition for us today. Are you ready to get out of here?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
I mean, I am too, because I gotta get out of here and sign up for this Utopian Society. You got a really cool pamphlet. They seem to have a great newspaper. I don't think the circulation's pretty wide, but I really like what I'm reading and seeing, so I am out of here.
Love it. Understanding Upstate is a podcast hosted by Jim Search and Rob Adler, edited by Rob Adler, and music from Regal Monk.